Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, welcome back to Baldeykino. Alright, we got something going on today. As you can see, I got the truck right here. It's got a load of canola ready to go, and it's looking back. So what we're going to do is going to go sell this load of canola and increase our money by just a bit more, and that'll hopefully bring us up over 240,000, because it costs 240,000 to fire up the BGA, and I want to have a little bit of a buffer just in case, because you never know what will happen. There we go. Make that turn. I don't know where the best place to sell canola is. Let's just check real quick, because I have no idea. Canola, the back tube, Getreide. The Getreide, apparently, which is way down there. Alright, that's fine. We'll just sell this real quick, and then we'll be able to fire the BGA, basically. We don't have like a front loader yet, but it will be something that's on the list very soon, because having the front loader is a really nice advantage, especially when you're doing the BGA stuff. Makes your life a lot easier, basically. So, and we could get the New Holland one or the JCB one. Either one really works well. So this will facilitate getting future equipment as well relatively easily in the future, because you always get money from the BGA when you set it up like this, and also be able to do a little bit more chaffing, because we have the equipment to do chaffing, but we haven't done much of it as of late. So it'll be nice to be able to do a bit more of that. There goes the train. That train will hit you, and it is a solid train. The lights don't go down. That's a shame. So the train will hit you, and I've had a couple times where courseplay has gone down here and gotten hit by the train, and then it's gone all over the place. It's been kind of funny. I've never actually seen it happen, not on this map at least. I've seen it happen on other maps, and it's pretty funny when it does happen, because you're like, whoa. It's funny. For whatever reason, my force feedback on my wheel has decided to revert back to really, well, it's a bit stiffer than it normally is, so it's kind of funny, because like it's closer to what driving's actually like, but it's harder than it is. This is like, it feels like I'm turning the wheel and I have no power steering, is what it kind of feels like a little bit. Not quite that hard, but like close to that. Alright, there we go. Now this should be more than enough. There we go. While that's selling, I'll just show you what's happened here. So we finished cultivating this field, and as you can see, the soil pH is back up to neutral at 6.8, which is a good number, and we want it to stay there. And as you see, the nutrients are X15, X5, so what I'll probably do is I might spray PK at some point, but we'll see what happens. I'll definitely need to spray water a couple of times, bring that moisture level up, because that is crazy. What? Why is it 50% right there? That's so random. Like right here it's 50%, but like everywhere else it's not. I don't understand. Anyways, and then the other field, I did check that field as well, and that didn't need any lime, which is good. So excellent. So this guy is, it's funny, it's hard to tell which truck is which. We didn't make that much money from that. We made like, oh, that was 20,000 maybe. That's right, actually. What am I talking about? That's exactly what you should get from that, 20,000. Alright, let's make the turn. It's funny. So because of the way the wheel is right now, I'm actually turning the wheel like I don't know how to describe it. You know when you first start driving and you're like, you never take your hands off the wheel sort of thing? You're not supposed to anyways, but a lot of people end up taking their hands off the wheel over time. So I feel like that's the way I'm driving, where I'm like sliding my hands sort of idea. It's really funny, actually. Oh, goodness. I remember when I very first started driving, a long time ago now. I don't drive very often because I take public transport. People often ask me on streams, I'm like, hey, Ian, what kind of car do you have? I'm like, actually, I don't have a car at all. I take public transit everywhere, because it saves me a ton of money, and I really don't need a car because of where I work. The public transport to where I work is like fantastic. Anyways, when I first started driving, my mom's boyfriend at the time was like, okay, here you go, Ian. go ahead and drive sort of thing. Like I had my G1, which is like your learner's permit sort of idea. And he was just like, go ahead, drive. And it was like, that's all like the instructions he kind of gave me. It was kind of a, it was a bit unnerving at that time because it was kind of like, okay, so just let me know if I do anything wrong, I guess. Oh, it was so funny. What was your first time like when you started driving? What was the car too? It was like a, not a Pontiac Parisienne, but it was like a Pontiac Bonneville or something like that. So it was kind of like the slightly smaller version of Pontiac Parisienne. Man, that was a long time ago now. It still feels like I'm starting to learn. I have to like remind myself how to drive every single time I rent a car because I don't do it very often. Like I don't know, when was the last time I rented a car now? A few months ago now. So it's always kind of funny when you when you have to like not relearn. That's a little bit too strong of a word. Not relearn, but like remind yourself to do certain things when you're driving. So, all right. So here we are at the BGA, and as you can see, we already have the bunkers. That's from when we had the straw there, and you could actually very easily just back up a truck and unload silage into that. Actually, that's the 2013 style of BGA, if memory serves. And here's our liquid manure bunker, or no, not a lagoon per se, but that's where it is right there. Anyways, can you buy it from over here too? I suppose, because it really doesn't matter. Just curious, because usually you can buy it from here or the other side. Anyways, let's go ahead and buy that. And what I'll do is I'll just progress time just to 8 o'clock. AWT trailers are on sale. Okay, that doesn't really affect us much. And the reason why I'm progressing time to 8 o'clock is because when you progress time to 8 o'clock, you get to fill the bunker. So we'll just do that. Let's see, wheel loaders. Is the JCB one here? Yeah, so we'll just rent this for an hour because we only need it for an hour technically. And then I think we already have one of these. No, we'll rent that for an hour as well. Perfect. And then it's funny, I have the FPS up on the screen because my computer does weird things sometimes. Here we are. It decides to restart itself sometimes, and this computer is a bit odd. I don't know why it ever. I'm not sure why it ever started doing this, but it started doing this a long time ago now. Anyways, what it did was it was set up so what would happen is it would. Let me get out of here first so I can think. It wouldn't run at its full capacity unless I restarted it a couple times. I have no idea why the computer does this, and I think it's a motherboard issue, and I never quite resolved the issue. So I have the FPS up there because that's like the way I indicate to myself whether the computer's running at its full capacity or not. So if it's like at 60 FPS, it means it's good. If it's not running at 60 FPS, it means something's wrong, so I have to restart the computer. I have no idea why it works that way, but that's the way it works. So I've had the computer for a year now. It works, everything's been really, really nice with the computer. I think I might keep the same case as I have right now when I upgrade this computer, because I really like this case. It's a fantastic case. It's an Antec case. I really like it. It's slick. It's really big though. I think it's a little bit too big for most purposes, I suppose, but it's a really nice case. There we go. Alright, so now we have this ready to go, and let's go ahead and fire up the BGA. And 240, bloop. And we can set the projected size at 100, which is a standard, and we can increase the feeding rate or decrease the feeding rate. I don't know, let's increase it to 150. Just for the sake of making money, I suppose. Oh, what was that? Oh, lift tank. You can actually... Not many mods let you tip the tank like that, or tip the trailer, or the box, whatever you want to call it, without there being anything in it. So it's kind of cool. You used to be able to do it in some mods in 2013, but not all of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this bunker right here. And I probably have some manure and silage. No, this one's all silage, but it has 117,000 liters of silage in it, so I think we'll be okay for a bit. Anyways, let me grab a sip of coffee. My coffee's been sitting there saying, Ian, you should drink this coffee. Yum. Alright. I do like, this is like probably one of my favorite wheel loaders. This one and the New Holland, both of them are really good. I don't know why I don't use them more often. I think it's because I just don't use a wheel loader often in games, so I think that's part of it at least. So ideally, oh, there's no digital. Oh, that's interesting. That's the one thing that I'm gonna miss actually, because there's no digital sign saying how much there's actually in here, or maybe it's around here somewhere. No. Does it show it in here? No. This is just a random building. It'd be cool if you could actually, go up here and go. All right. Anyways, it's 8 o'clock. It's not making the sound. Usually it. That's interesting. It's a bit different because like normally it would start making the sound. Oh, that's different. What on earth's going on there? I don't think that is supposed to spin like that. Look at that. Nope, I don't think that's supposed to spin like that. I don't know what happened there. Whatever. Let it go for now. That's too funny. When you see stuff like that happening. Alright. It's funny, I actually went back and read all the BGA extension stuff, just because I'm messing around with it a lot lately. And just to see if there was anything that I didn't know about it. Like, they don't tell you what the ideal numbers are. At least in the English translation, they don't tell you what the ideal numbers are. Perhaps in the German one they do say what they are, but I definitely didn't notice them in the English one. So there we go. Whoops. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting because they talk about like the different amount of solids. So like if you put potatoes in here, for example, or if you put manure in here, for example, you actually increase the solids in the fermenter. I think it's the word. I think that's what I'm thinking of. So basically, if I come back up over here, I'll dump this and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There are some ideal levels, and everyone kind of does it a bit differently. There we go. So if you look at, where is it? Solids in the fermenter. So as far as I can remember, the ideal number for the solids in the fermenter is 11%, according to what I've discussed with Beavis a couple times now. That's the ideal level. And I don't know if there's ideals for the other ones, like solids in the feed bunker. I'm not sure. Like that's the feed bunker right there, if memory serves. I'm not sure if there's an ideal number for that, but there may be. There may be. All right. I don't know. It's funny when I was looking for a wheel loader for this series. I was like, I looked around to see if I could find something kind of like interesting. I found one, but it doesn't look nice at all. Like it looks bad in comparison to the JCB one or the New Holland one. It just looks bad. I think I actually have it. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. It is wheel loaders. Oh no, I think it's in front loaders actually. Yeah, so this Volvo right here, it looks okay, but not nearly as nice as the other phones. And I thought I put, maybe I didn't put it in here. Is it in wheel loaders? No. I thought I put, maybe it's miscellaneous. No. Okay, maybe I didn't put it in there. It was a, how do you even call it? A different type of bucket, I guess, would be the way to describe it. A different type of bucket for silage. So because I was just doing silage basically, I was looking for a different bucket. I didn't want to use a standard one. I think there are some what comes to mind is the Buckeye rake, which I think is not for FS15. I think it's for FS13, but that's the one that comes to mind. that you could use in this scenario. So, and we actually do have manure, I think, in the other bunker over there. So maybe I'll open that one up and put a little bit of manure in there too, because if you get a manure bonus, you actually make a little bit more money, which is good. This is one of the cooler mods. I don't know, like lots of little things. Like some people don't like getting this detailed into the game, and some people do. Like some people like realism, some people don't. It just depends. Like one of the guys I watch from time to time, like I think it's Phoenix Feather, for example. He does some odd stuff on Farm Sim. Like what was he doing the other day? During Christmas time, he was doing some. I want some of that manure back there. What was he doing? He did like Christmas thing. He did like some snow plowing. Offspring Gaming does some of the same thing. Offspring Gaming also does some like RV type stuff in the game, which is kind of interesting. It's not my style. I don't know. If I was gonna do RV stuff, I guess. Really, you can't get over that little bit of. Well, I guess we'll just have to take that down a notch a little bit then. There we go. But yeah, they both do a couple of interesting things, like a couple different things that you don't normally do in Farm Sim. It's, I don't know. I like Farm Sim for farming, not for RV type stuff. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see some RV type stuff in Farm Sim? I'm not even going to do it. Don't even answer that question. It's not something I'm going to do. It's just not my style. I'm sorry. I'm just not that type of person. But to each their own, I suppose, right? To each their own. Now, let's see if we can get up and over this now. There we go. Now, this is where the manure is. In the back here. There we go. And we want the manure because we get a manure bonus. So you can actually make manure in your bunker, but you need the far silo extension in order to do that. Without the far silo extension, you cannot do that. So basically all you do is you put your chaff in there and you just don't compact it properly, and that's how you get manure in your bunker, like you just saw there. It's also great for soil mod, because then you can just, make a whole heap of manure and just not use it. So we should see a manure bonus now. Fill level for manure bonus, 7%. I can actually speed up time a little bit. So we'll see our kilowatts per hour going up, which is good. The more kilowatts per hour, the higher the kilowatts per hour, the more money you make, which is good. I think we'll put some more manure in there. So like whole cells and fermenters, we want that to be higher. And the manure bonus, we want a bit more of a manure bonus too. So anyways, I think what I'll do is I'll stop the episode there. I'll also just continue blabbing on about numbers and being like, okay, we need to bring this percentage up. So I'll stop the episode there for now, folks, and I'll finish doing this off camera, so you don't have to see me do this for the next, 10 minutes again. So that'll be it for me for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Baldeykino, and if you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Baldeykino. My name's Iain Robson, and I'll catch you guys